This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is the On the Hunt podcast. This is the #1 Lions fan, Bobby Bless. We got the resident defensive coordinator, Nate Rucker. Men lie, women lie. My boy Reggie, numbers don't. Reggie Funches. And I got the guy that put it all together, Elijah, the man. How are you guys doing today? And I heard you got something about a sponsorship today. What's going on with that, brother?
Yeah, so we're trying to make the show bigger and better. And the way that we do that is through sponsorship. So if you have liked and enjoyed our content here on the Hunt podcast, we are looking for you to help us find some sponsors for the show so that we can make it bigger and better. One of the things we talked about wanting to do as like our biggest end game was being able to take over a bar in Detroit and do the show live so that we could actually have a live Q&A with folks and talk about the subject you want to talk about. So if you want to help us get to that, we have to get some sponsors to get there, okay? So if you would like to sponsor an episode of On the Hunt podcast, it's going to be $100 to do so. If you would like to be on the show, you'd like to be one of the people on the screen and be involved in one of our planning sessions, be a guest host, it's going to be $80. And if you would like to sponsor a segment, okay, you'd like to sponsor, for example, Inside the Den or Merch Alert, it's going to be $60. And one thing I want to mention to you right now is that it doesn't have to be a business sponsorship. If you want to sponsor it as an individual, it will literally say On the Hunt podcast episode, whatever number it is, brought to you by you. Okay, so you can do that. If you would like to, or if you'd like to, get a little love for your business, you certainly can. And if you sponsor, send us some information on that, and we will make sure to promote your business throughout the program for whatever episode you sponsor. But again, it's $100 to sponsor an episode. You can be on the show for $80, or you can sponsor a segment for $60. And all of this is going to help make On the Hunt podcast the #1 Detroit Lions podcast out there, by the fans, for the fans. Help us out. We certainly would appreciate it. Do want to show you what we are giving away today here before we get into the program. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show Bobby Bless here because Bobby is going to show off what the prize is today. So Bobby, you want to show him as I describe it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what we have to give away, we've given away an LED light before. We've given away a flag before. I believe we gave away something else as well, but we're giving away
checkerboard. How you go forget the checkerboard?
That's right, the checkerboard. And now today we are giving away, Bobby, go ahead and show them, a Detroit Lions watch. It is pretty cool. And as you can see there we go. It is a very, very nice watch. And how you can win this is really simple. You got to make sure you subscribe to our channel. You got to make sure you like the video and leave as many comments as you see fit, because every comment you leave is one entry into the drawing for the watch that Bobby is showing you right now. So don't miss out.
You see it's ticking. It worked. It works. It's ticking.
Ticking to that next dub. Let's go.
Yeah.
So make sure that that you leave some comments right now. Don't let somebody beat you because you didn't leave enough comments. Last week's winner left 7 comments, and it was his 7th comment that ended up winning it because we put all the entries on a wheel and we spin it, kind of like Wheel of Fortune. But anyway, that is what we're giving away. Make sure you leave some comments. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Right now, what we want to do is we want to send it over here to the great one. That's right. Everybody wants to be like him. It is Reggie. Reggie, what do you got for By the Numbers, my friend?
Well, unfortunately, my brother, we coming off another loss. So start off with the bad. Now, unfortunately, Warrior is kicking it off again, man. He gave up 5 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. He's actually the worst graded corner in the league right now, which is his PFF grade was 33. Man, his from last year is really meteoric at this point. Like I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what the transition is from last year, but my man needed to figure it out. Now we got Alex Angeloni. He made his debut on our worst list as well. He had 2 missed tackles. He gave up 3 catches on 3 targets for 41 yards. And he had a PFF grade of 38.9. Now, another player that's making his debut on By the Numbers is Kirby Joseph. Now, he was good and bad. He was horrible against the run, just like the rest of the line. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they're still running right now, for all out.
Oh, God.
But,
Lord.
And they just rolled past my house. They just ran past my house.
I'm pretty sure he did. But he was actually defender in coverage. He only allowed 2 catches on 3 targets for 22 yards, and he had a PFF grade of 66.5. So a pretty good game. A rookie safety coming into his own. Now, time for the good. There's a player that I've been picking on for the last few weeks, and he essentially told me to shut my mouth. I didn't have something nice to say.
Yeah, boy.
Something nice to say, TJ. So Hockenson actually had 8 catches for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 109 yards after the catch and 3 contested catches. So that's showing that he's actually, making catches in traffic, tough catches. He had our highest PFF grade on the team with 90.6. And hopefully this is the breakout that sparks great play for him from the rest of the season. Because if not, I have no problem putting him back on our worst list. Now I'm going to admit, I'm not a fan of Jared Goff. But he is consistently getting the job done to the best of his abilities right now. He had 378 yards with 4 touchdowns and a pick. Now, crazy. He had a passer rating of 121.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the season, he is top 3 in yards, 1,126. He's tied for the league lead with 11 touchdowns. And he only has 3 picks on the season. He's also top 7 in passer rating at 99.9. But here's the part that really kind of threw me off, and I had to laugh at this. I thought this was hilarious. We talk about Goff's inability to throw the ball deep, right? But because of TJ Hockenson yesterday, Goff has the longest pass in the NFL for 81.
Why you playing with? Quit playing. See, this is my favorite segment.
I didn't even know how to react when I saw that. Goff has the longest pass in the NFL for 81 yards. So he can thank TJ Hockenson for that.
Wow.
But our other notables, Josh Reynolds had a PFF grade of 84.8. He had 7 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. So that's back-to-back games for him where he's played really well. Now, I like to back our boy Malcolm Rodriguez. He was our lone bright spot on defense this week. He had 11 tackles, 1 for loss, a QB hit, QB pressure, and he only allowed 2 catches for 5 yards. So he actually had an excellent coverage grade. And overall, he had a PFF grade of 83.8. Now, here's something that we could take home, and I'm going to leave this because, we need this going into next week. Rodriguez is ranked 19th among linebackers in PFF grade. So that really shows you how much consistent this kid is being. Even though he's a 6th-round rookie, he is not looking.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now, if we could only clone this kid a couple times, maybe we got something going in our linebacker. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But that's by the numbers. So we're going to over to my boy Bobby Bless for our impressions of the game.
Yeah, hey, my impressions of the game, it was a good game, man. It's like watching 2 friends play Mac. That's how I looked at it, man. He scored, they scored, he scored, they scored. But it's more so that our offense, I'm getting the feeling that Ben Johnson deserves more credit than he's been getting. I've been kind of on him about his inability to do certain things with the league. But as far as being able to put 45 points on the board with them backups, back up this, back up that, you know what I mean? All line back. That means he got a good system. I'm really impressed with him, man. I like how Jared Goff is playing some of the best football of his career. And you would never think that that's gonna happen in the Lions jersey. And that's my boy Nate Reed. We came a long way from Jim Bob, did we, big dog? So I'm actually super happy. But the defense, I don't have nothing positive to say, so I will not say nothing and go ahead and let my boy Elijah handle his business. What was your impressions, my brother?
Well, so my impressions were very simple. I do not like the 4-2-5 defense. I wish we would just take that out back, bury that thing, put some gasoline on top of it. I mean, let's give it the Michael Myers treatment because, come on, man. 48 points. Now, the other thing that I will say, and I've said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it because there was a lot of people coming at me in the comments last week. I tried to tell y'all about Geno Smith. I did. I tried to tell y'all. I said, this man's having a career resurgence. And through 4 weeks of football, he is the only person in NFL history to have 76% completion percentage or more. You can talk about how he's, out there throwing short passes, but he's still getting it done. Final impression of the game before I send it over to Nate is, can we please start drafting some kickers? And this is not just Detroit that I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the entire league. I'm talking about college football when they don't want to give a scholarship to a kicker. I mean, I have seen in the first 4 weeks of NFL football and the first 4 weeks of college football, evidence after evidence after evidence of why these kickers and punters are really important. And we went into this game with somebody that was literally off the street, from my understanding, because in preseason it was Riley Patterson or Austin Seibert. Well, I didn't see Riley Patterson out there. I saw Eberle, and you know what? I kind of feel for the guy because you're coming in with not a lot of notice. You got to kick. The game's on, not necessarily game on the line, but it kind of was, because every time he went to kick, everyone held their breath. But can we please, as a league, okay, and as college football teams, can we please respect the kickers? Because 9 times out of 10, you get these, these old ball coaches, and they're like, oh, no, that's just a walk-on position. Not anymore. Nate, what do you think, my friend?
Well, actually, you sort of threw me a curveball just off what we talked about as far as the kickers. So, little quick FYI, the last kicker, I take that back. No, that is correct. The last kicker to be drafted in the first round was Sebastian Janikowski out of Florida State. So I ain't gonna say, we should really, but hey, it happens. But and there was actually one kicker that actually won the MVP. It was in 1982, during the NFL shortened season. He's the first non-offensive guy to win the MVP. The only special teams player ever to win that MVP. But impressions of the game, offense was good, defense was bad. Ben Johnson has made some corrections with his play calling. Aaron Glenn really needs to get in the lab and stop being so predictable. One of the things we hated about Matthew Stafford is that when they talked about his play calling, when they talked about him under center, people knew what the Lions were going to run. They already knew. And what Rashad Penny said is that after the game, they knew what the Lions were going to run. They knew what Aaron Glenn was going to do at certain down and distance situations. And they hit us with 3 dive plays, and they all resulted in touchdowns. So, Aaron Glenn, you need to get it together. Reg, what you think, big fella?
Just ugly, man. I saw a stat, and it really kind of blew me away because it really shows where we could be and where we are.
Right.
Lead the league in points.
Right.
We lead 35 points a game. We are dead last in points given up at 35.3. We literally could be beating everybody that we play if we make a play. We hold somebody, whether it was stopping for a field goal or a touchdown, just one play, and we're winning. We're probably undefeated. And that's a crazy notion, thinking about how this season is going, because, we knew the defense was going to be bad. I didn't think we knew the defense was going to be this bad. But it started to expose that we need more veteran leadership. We can't have it to where our best linebacker is a 6th round rookie. We can't have it to where our best D lineman is a rookie that we drafted this year in the 1st round. And then our best corner is a 3rd-year guy coming off a season-ending injury. Like, when you start really putting it together, it's just really ugly. And I agree with Aaron Glenn. He does have to get in the lab, but I do want to say Campbell has to get in the lab with him. I understand that he said that he
I feel that
his coaches to really do their own thing. this is unacceptable 4 games in. We can't have another game like we just saw where we're getting just blasted with the run, and then we're allowing Geno Smith to look like Tom Brady with legs. Like that was a scary thing, man. But just we are close, but they got to start making some plays on defense. So with that in mind, we're gonna kick it over to Elijah for the pros and cons of Hard Knocks. What you got for us, Elijah?
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a little bit of a rhetorical question because I already know that we've all been there. Have you ever sat in a movie theater? You got your big bucket of popcorn. You probably got your big Pepsi, your big Coca-Cola, whatever it is you're drinking. Maybe you're putting a little something in that Coca-Cola or Pepsi, but that's none of my business. You ever sitting there and you're watching the trailer for a film and you're like, damn, that's a good movie. That's going to be so good. And then you pay the $85 to go in and get the ticket to watch that movie when it comes out. And what you're watching is a dumpster fire. That's our defense. Because we saw that movie. We saw that movie for 5 weeks. It's called Hard Knocks. And they made us believe that this defense was going to be something, that this was going to be the team that can and will. Remember that comment? Here's the problem that I have with Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks puts a lot of pressure on coaches way too damn early. Okay? This is Dan Campbell's second year of what is a major rebuild. And if we didn't have Hard Knocks this year, nobody would be talking about how upset they are with the defense. They would be saying something to the extent of, well, we don't have all the talent yet. We're going to get a couple more drafts in. But because of that well put together, professionally edited show on HBO, everybody said, oh, man, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they got my ass too.
We all felt that way. Okay. And I'm not saying that this team is not going to be improved, because this team already is improved, especially on offense, like Reggie just told you. But what I do want to stress to Lions fans out there, and you're not going to like what I have to say, which a lot of people were saying, hey, Elijah, please talk about this on the show. I'll talk about it, but you might not like my take, and that's okay. We're allowed to disagree. Okay. Chill out, breathe. Okay. Our 2 best players, as Reggie just said, on defense that everybody can name because of the show and because of how highly they were drafted, and one of them because of the amazing story behind them. One's a 6th-round rookie. One's a 1st-round rookie. You know what happens with rookies? They go up and down. 1 week, they show you all the potential in the world and the reason why you drafted them. And the next week, you sit there and you go, where did that guy come from? What was the scouting grade on him? Why is he even on the team? Where did he go? I can't tell you how many posts I saw from people saying Aiden Hutchinson disappeared. He's a rookie. It's going to happen. With quarterbacks, we never bat an eye with that. And that's the thing that's kind of annoying. When it comes to quarterbacks, they can sit there as a rookie quarterback and throw 25 interceptions and nobody questions a thing. They say, well, he's learning the position. A defensive end comes in and he's not getting 3 sacks a game or 2 sacks a game or 8 pressures a game or whatever it is. Well, that guy's a bust. They do the same thing with cornerbacks. Cornerbacks could have caught every single interception in college. They start struggling in the NFL. Oh, they weren't meant to be. Forget the fact that Darius Slay wasn't really a great corner until like 3 years into his career. So again, I'm just saying.
They wanted him gone. They wanted him gone. So
I know.
True.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying just chill out. This is the pros and cons of Hard Knocks. The pros is it gets our team all the exposure. We got a lot more Lions fans paying attention. And so far, I haven't seen a single seat not be filled by a Lions fan the first couple of home games. So you know the Ford family's loving that. And that's fantastic. Okay, it's fantastic for the guys, fantastic for the city, fantastic for the Fords. That's awesome. The con of that, though, is there's a lot more eyeballs who are looking in and trying to, be analysts and say, well, we got to get rid of Dan Campbell now. It is year 2 of a rebuild. Breathe. It's going to be okay. That's my opinion on that. I want to send it over to Inside the Den so that maybe we can sell some more tickets for our Lions. Nate, what do you got?
Well, everybody, welcome to Inside the Den. And on this segment, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about the code of conduct. And a lot of times, we love to go to the game, but remember, there is pluses, there are minuses, there are do's, don'ts, can, and cannots. So we're going to just go ahead and give you a brief Just going to be real brief. And this is called the following guidelines have been established for guest behavior. So they want you to limit strict movement in the seating area. Yes, you can get up, you can jump, you can cheer. They can do all this. But what they do not want, they don't want you going into this guy's seat, this lady's seat, bad mouth and all that. So, we want to limit that conduct. We still want to enjoy a great game, whether we win or lose. Also, you have to make sure that you are in your assigned seat that is on your ticket. If you do not know, pay attention, ask questions, because they say, hey, if you are not abiding by this, this is also a case for removal. So this is important, y'all. Make sure that you know where you're sitting. Make sure you're being respectful. Also, we have to abide by the health guidelines. We know, hey, some stuff is still here. It might not be as prevalent as it was, last year or here not, but certain people still wear masks, certain people don't. Also, respect them accordingly. Learn to respect your fellow sports fan, your fellow Lion, whatever that may be. And also, never take matters into your own hands. If you're having an issue, someone's being disrespectful to your wife, whatever, someone's throwing popcorn, take it to the proper authority. It's not about you, taking things to your own hands. Always be respectful. Always be the adult of the situation. One of the things we seen, I think that was a couple of games ago, it was a big brawl. That was one of the worst things I'm saying about being a Lions fan, was the brawl outside. It was, so we want to make sure, man, that we don't have that. So also things that may lead to being denied entry. Also, again, refusing to abide by health and safety policies. That is the first thing that they have on the website you must abide by. So if it's something posted, don't say, oh, well, it hasn't been talked about in a while. If it is posted for your visual, then guess what? It is being enforced. Make sure you pay attention to that. Regardless what the news say, they may say the numbers are this and that. If on that door it says that, hey, for this game, you have to wear a mask, you have to do your distancing, whatever, guess what? Abide by that. If you do not, you will be denied entry. Displaying or otherwise inappropriate behavior towards others, same thing we talked about, being respectful. Also, again, we're all fans. So the sports arena is for us to get away from things that are bothering us in life. We don't want to take that to the game. If you're having a bad day, you done had a bad day at work, people done got on your nerves, come on, man. Don't take that to the stadium. Don't risk being put out and ruining somebody else's day. So for Inside the Den, man, that is me, your guy, Nate. And now, what are we going to? I think we are going to go back to Elijah and see where we're headed.
That's right. So, hey, I'm going to just be very brief here as I switch it over to Bobby Bless. Want to remind you that we got the contest going on, and you got to leave comments. You got to like this video. You got to subscribe. It's really simple to do, but don't forget to do it. Don't forget to do it. Bobby Bless, merch alert. It's all you, my friend.
Hey, guys. Who remembers when the Lions changed their logo? Do you remember, Elijah? You remember the Lions changed their logo?
It was a while ago. Did not help us win more games, though. Just saying.
No, hell no. Yeah, I know it didn't, brother. But believe it or not, back in 2017, the Lions changed their logo. I wouldn't really say change. It was more of a tweak, if you get my reference for it.
Altered a little bit.
Yeah, instead of the lion being outlined in black, they changed it to silver. But the reason why I said that, to get to, it's important to know the difference in that, especially when you're online shopping. A lot of times when you're online, especially these certain sites like eBay, maybe even Amazon, you see stuff that says Detroit Lions hat or something. It might cost today's price, but if it got a black line in it, that means it was at least made in 2017. That's a long time ago. Ain't nobody trying to pay today's price for something that was made in 2017. So Lions fans, when you out there looking at merchandise online, it's real easy to get scammed. And if you see, and a lot of times with merchandise, you see something, you like it, but it's real important that you examine it, man, because you can be out here, you can save you a lot of money just by knowing exactly what you're getting. Because I can tell you right now, it's been a lot of times where I ordered something, and then when it got to me, I see that damn old back line and be super duper mad. And I tell you what, guys, it's all about knowing. What you pay for what you don't know. That's little something my grandma used to tell me all the time. If you don't know, somebody gonna use it against you for their advantage. And even so, you just want to make sure you getting the best out of your dollar, man. That's what it's all about right now. It's not being cheap. It's not trying to be a baller or nothing like that. You just got to make sure you spending your money right. And I spend a lot of money online. I could probably say about 90% of the stuff I buy is online. And I tell you, I believe I saved over almost thousands of dollars just knowing that little tweet about that damn logo. But I also want to talk about this watch again, man. I love it. I almost put it on. We almost had another gift. Real talk. Cause this I don't got this, man. I'm actually giving something out into my collection away, man. I want to have second thoughts, so you might catch me in that comment section trying to get it. I mailed it to myself, so you might catch me in the comment section trying to win it now. But just with the gifts and the contest winners, I like the little trinkets that I think the little trinkets show how much you of a Lions fan you are when you got like a little badge reel or there on your name tag. You everywhere you go, you got to be a Lions fan. That's how I am. No excuses. Even down to the valve stem covers on my damn tires. It say Detroit Lions on them, man. It's just you gotta love it, man. It's an acquired taste, but it's good when we win it, man. But I just feel like I just want everybody to just enjoy these gifts that I do decide to give away, man, because I feel like I'm a better Lions fan one gift at a time, man. And just the more you got, the better you can take care of everything. So we're gonna move on to the sponsorship again, guys. This is real important that if we want to get this podcast going in the right direction, that we get the sponsorship going. And my boy Nate, he a better talker than me on it. So I'm gonna let him handle this. But guys, listen to Nate. That's all I'm saying. He know what he's talking about. All right, big dog, handle that for me, Nate.
Once again, y'all. So now we're going to talk about the sponsorship. So again, it is very easy. If you have a business, whether it could be a personal business, it could be your homeboy's business, your girlfriend's business. I don't care who business it is. Guess what? It's $100 a show. So if you want to go ahead and if you want to have us talk about your product, make sure that we comment on your product so that everybody's hearing it. It's $100 a show. Simple. And that show will be sponsored by you. Like right now, we can say, hey, episode number 8 of On the Hunt podcast is sponsored by da-da-da-da-da. I thought I was going to give y'all one. But no, not doing it that way. Somebody thought they was going to get a freebie. No. To appear on the show, it is $80. Again, you are able to get up here. You're able to get on camera. You are able to sit on this panel. Get up here with us, get your face out there and say what hey, whatever it may be. Now, if you just want to do a segment, if you just want to go ahead, if you want to do the merch alert, if you want to do the stupid boy, yay, boo boo. If you want to do Inside the Den, it is $60 per segment. That's hey, again, sponsorship is about you. Sponsorship truly is about networking. So if you want to get your name out there, you want to get your brand out there, you want people to know who you are, and you don't have the money for Fox 2, WDIV, and WHBK, there you On the Hunt. That's super easy.
Yeah, and we got 3,000 guys in our Facebook group too. So you're going to get a lot of eyes on that, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Because it's all about advertising. You want to advertise your stuff, and you want to get it to at least to everybody that you can. And with us, we provide 3,000 flyers, pretty much, basically. And we want to expand the show, and we want to expand your business too. So it's very important that we make sure that we take care of each other, man. And a lot of times, if we can take care of each other, everybody grows. And my favorite part of the show is my boy Nate, stupid boy of the week. Nate, hammer don't hurt.
Hey, boo boo.
Stupid boy.
Stupid boy. We're going to give it to Aaron Glenn. The 4-2-5 has been atrocious. We had a running back who has not done anything. Literally said they knew what play was running. We had Geno Smith. I can't tell you the last time Geno Smith threw for 300 yards. I can't tell you the last time Geno Smith had a passer rating of 115 plus. Come on, stupid boy. Change this 4-2-5. Simple. Man. No more 4-2-5. Now we're going to head over, man, to Elijah so we can get to the previews of next week's game, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I just want to clarify something from earlier in the show. You know, I said draft kickers. Now, I don't mean draft them in the first round, but I do mean at least put some respect on it because getting people off the street is clearly not going to work. So we're going to preview next week's game. For folks who don't know, it's at the Patriots. Fellas, we got 7 minutes left, 30 seconds apiece. Reggie, you are up first, my friend. What you looking for next week?
Honestly, next week, another winnable game. So that's the biggest thing. And hopefully the guys that we got injured will be making their way back. The offense, I'm not worried about. We all know what we're worried about.
That's something. I ain't heard that in a while.
And right now, to tell you the truth, is the only thing we worry about is defense. You know, the Patriots are beatable. Mm-hmm. We can't get to the quarterback in this situation. So hopefully, we can start turning the season back around and getting it back on a positive swing. And we're going to have to see. This is going to be one of those situations where, it's going to be a tough crowd, but we can still get the win if we still have the offense that we have and if we're healthy on defense and do where we start making some plays. Elijah, what you think about next week?
Okay, so for me, I got to say, I'm going to be extremely demoralized if we lose next week because there's a certain coach over on that sideline that used to coach for us here, Matt Patricia. And you know dang well.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Whatever it is, he's running for the Patriots because it's not clearly defined. He might just be running to the snack machine to get Bill Belichick some Cheetos. I don't know.
I forgot about him.
My point is, I'm here all week. Okay, so my point is, though, we got to win this game. Okay, we cannot give him what Jim Schwartz had the privilege of. And I like Jim Schwartz, but he got to literally get a ride from his players off the field after he beat us when he was the Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator. Don't let that happen again, okay? Don't let
nobody picking his big butt up. Ain't nobody picking his big butt.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know Patriots will be on their third string quarterback because Mac Jones is already hurt. And Brian Hoyer, it was also hurt last week, probably not going to play this week. It was a head injury. So I'm assuming with everything that went on with Tua that the Patriots wouldn't just throw him back in there.
It's a wrap for head injuries and quarterbacks.
Yeah, we'll see. But their third string quarterback is pretty good. He was good in college, but hopefully we don't make him look like a Hall of Famer. And I'm going to send it over now to Bobby. Bobby, 30 seconds here. What do you think about next week?
Yeah, I'm gonna be more appreciative because I was just reading the stat where they say Jared Goff got Reggie did say that though he has the most tied for the most touchdowns in the league, and Jamal Williams is tied for got the most rushing touchdowns in the league. I'm gonna appreciate that offense, man. That's what I'm gonna do, and I think I'm just gonna try to watch the game with one eye with the defense, man, because I don't really want them to say that negative. Okay, that's my 30 seconds, brother. I'm going to give it to the defensive coordinator. I just wanted to ask you a question, Nate. Did you have any ideas on what you would do to change that defense or improve it or
just to be real brief, I was switching instead of the 4-2-5, I would go to a traditional 4-3 just so that I have three linebackers because we lack that linebacker speed. So I would switch to a 4-3 so that I will have Derek Barnes on the field more with Angeloni and Rodrigo. and then we don't have to worry about that safety. Our safety play without Tracy Walker has been real bad. So that weak side safety is very, very important during the 4-2-5. So that's what I would do. Now, impressions of the game. I'm hoping that this defense can get after Bailey Zapp, which is the third string quarterback. The Packers last week was able to get 5 sacks, 2 by Sean Gary, a couple other guys, but they were able to get 5 sacks. The Patriots did not have a total of 150 yards passing. On top of that, they gave up 250 to Aaron Rodgers. They gave up almost 130 to Adam Jones on the ground. So with us being as ground heavy, ground and pound as we doing now, I look for us to hopefully run the ball down their throat, make Big Baloney sweat, and come away and doing that Jameis Winston and getting them dubs. Reg, what you got, big fella?
Look, the only way I could close this out is I really think Patricia is got an Aaron Glenn a mask on or something.
Oh my God.
And he on some slim fast because I don't know what's going on with that, bro. But
and he would have gotten away with it too.
We're gonna kick it to my boy Elijah.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Elijah. My bad.
All right, so I just want to give it up for TJ the Truth Hawkinson. His talent has no lies. That's
Who?
right, but
Who?
TJ
Did you say the truth?
Hawkinson. Yeah,
He got a nickname now.
last week I've been saying,
No, he don't.
look at instant replay on the show. Look at last week's show. You'll see me call him the truth. But anyway, he set a record for tight end yards. Here's what I would love to see. It's not really necessarily about TJ, but can we please get a victory so that in the record books of Detroit Lions history, we don't have all these players breaking records just to lose the damn game. Okay, can we please do that? Because I know it's not just TJ's record. There's other records that have been soiled by a loss too. We ain't gonna go into all that right now. But what I do want to do is encourage you to leave a comment. Leave a comment below. Leave another. When you've done that, leave 3 more. Okay, because we are doing a contest. We are giving away that watch. All right. And we want you to be able to get it. So don't just watch the comments roll in. Participate. Okay. Participate. Every time you leave a comment, you get an entry into the drawing. And the drawing, by the way, is going to be done in the Real True Detroit Lions Facebook group. So make sure you're a member of that. And that's going to be coming up on Friday. Okay. On Friday, we're going to be doing the drawing. So you have got like 3 days to get your comments in. Don't think you're safe because you left 2 of them. Okay. Don't think you're safe because you left 2 of them. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out today's show. Hopefully next week we got a sponsor. And let's keep it going here on the Hump Podcast, made by the fans for the fans. Talk to you real soon.